Hello, Griffins. My name is Lindsay Green, and I'm the Assistant Director for Disability Services and the Academic Access Program. And I want to teach you how to register for the Office of Disability Services. So what we're going to do first is we're going to go over to the Marymount website, mmm.edu, and we're going to select Offices and Services, and you're going to select Disability Services. Once you're here, you'll see this page. We'll scroll down, and this little button here, How to Register. Click on that. Okay, a few things here. There's a whole guide on how to register, which is basically the written version of what I'm saying to you. You can also book a virtual appointment with me to discuss the accommodations and how to register. And we can also do it together if you prefer. Here are some documentation requirements and what you will need to provide on the external request. So in order to submit the request, you will select this, Accommodation Request. This will bring up our portal, which is called Accommodate. This public accommodation request will send a case file over to Accommodate, and then I will be able to process it, and we'll get back to you, and that is where your case file will be, will live. And you'll be able to request all of your accommodations, supplementary accommodations, your booking testing sites, note takers, audio books, all that kind of stuff will be done through this. So the basic stuff you'll need is you will need first name, last name, if you care to share your middle name, your Marymount student ID number. Now this is important because this is what connects your case file through Accommodate to the Marymount database. You will also need your Marymount email address. If you care to share an alternative email, you can select that here. Also, your phone number might be a good thing to add. Okay, so now we're selecting what kinds of accommodations you're requesting. There are a couple different categories. The first one is academic. So this would be anything that would happen in the classroom. Second is housing. Anything that is needed to accommodate you in the residence halls would be selected here. And the last category is assistance animals. So if you are requesting to have a service animal or an emotional support animal with you in the residence hall, this is where you would request it. If you need a combination of these categories, feel free to select the combination, or if you need all of them, you would select all. So we're going to select all just so I can show you exactly what each category would look like. So now we need to put in our disability information. Basically, this is how New York State categorizes disability. So all of these categories will be added, and then you will select your specific diagnosis if needed. So there's learning, psychological, physical, and medical. Within those are different types of categories. So for learning, there's ADHD, autism spectrum disorder, communication and speech, and motor. For psychological, that's just mental health, and then you can add your specific diagnoses if you'd like down below. Physical, there is blind, low vision, deaf, and hard of hearing. And medical, there's many different options here. There's basic chronic medical condition, mobility, orthopedic, alcohol and substance abuse recovery, complex chronic medical condition, traumatic brain injury, or temporary disability. If there's anything we have not gone over, you can select other. This is what I was just saying, that you can write in your specific diagnoses. And then there's two questions. One, how does this disability affect you academically? So you could put, I need extra time on tests, or I can't focus in the classroom, so I would like note-taking services. And then the second question is, how does this affect you socially on campus? It may not affect you socially, or it may. This is your opportunity to write that. It will ask if you use a wheelchair or not. If you do, please select yes, and then you'll be prompted with a few more questions about the type of wheelchair and other accommodations you might need if you are a wheelchair user. If you do not, you can just keep the no, and you'll move forward. Past accommodations. This gives us a little insight in what you've received in the past. and how we can kind of translate that and convert that to accommodations at Marymount. Okay, this is what we've been waiting for, selecting your accommodations. So you would select choose, and you would have all the typical accommodations. So there's testing accommodations, which would be extended testing time, reader scribe, sound ascent audio note taker, which we can dive in deeper and we can talk about this individually. A computer for note taking in class, alternative formatted material. This is audiobooks, electronic braille, those types of things. Medical absence consideration. Assistive technology, which could be our Kurzweil 3000, a smart pen, those kinds of things. And then a peer note taker, which is a form of note-taking service. We can discuss all of this in a personal meeting. And then if there's anything else, you can select other. If you do select other and you need to put more, this is where you would do it. List any other accommodations that you're requesting. So now we just need to know if you're enrolled in the Academic Access Program. Academic Access is a cost above tuition program and gives you enhanced services. If you're not enrolled in the program, you can hit no. And if you're interested, then you can select no or yes. If you are in the program, this will just indicate that we also need to receive an application from you. And that is all for academic accommodations. We're gonna just hop over to housing accommodations real quick. So you have the opportunity to select which housing unit, residence hall, you will be in. 55th Street, Cooper Square, or you don't know yet. Most people coming in, they don't know yet. And you can just select that, and then I will fix it once you are placed in a building. So the typical accommodations are small sum of roommates, low floor, delofted bed, assistance animal, which if you do select this, you would also need to select the assistance animal in the accommodation category up on the top. And then appealing the dining dollar plan. There's a place here to put any additional housing accommodations that you would need. And then if you need any specific needs in the bathroom of the residence hall, you would put this here. If you're requesting to appeal the dining dollar, you would also select yes here. So that's housing accommodations. And we'll move to our final category, which is assistance animals. So just an explanation of the reason you would need the assistance animal if you're living in a residence hall, the type of animal, animal name, the veterinarian number and name, the date of the last vaccinations, and animal certification if you have one. Okay, so this overview would be for anyone who's receiving academic, housing, or assistance animal accommodations. Basically, this just asks, is there anything else you would like us to know about your disability? You can put anything here or you can leave it blank. This is the opportunity where you can submit your documentation. In order to receive accommodations, you will need to submit documentation, basically supporting the fact that you do need to receive accommodations due to a documented disability. You can upload it here or you can personally email it to me. Okay, release of academic and disability related information. So basically what this means is this is a sign off on anyone who might call our office to receive information about you. So if, say, a parent were to call us, if they're not on this list in this release, I cannot talk to them about your accommodations. So I suggest potentially a parent, a close family friend, a therapist, a doctor, anyone that might reach out to us to get information about you. This is where you would release that information. And the second to last piece of thing with this accommodation request is if you'd like to receive text message reminders. So you receive an email with any accommodation that you request, testing, note-taking, appointments, all of that type of stuff. If you'd also like to receive that in a text message, you would select that here. So you would put your phone number in, and then you would select your carrier. Finally, you select, you sign that your signature, basically saying that you are granting us permission to contact the appropriate individuals, including faculty and staff, about your requested accommodations. And then select You're Not a Robot, and you're done. Thank you guys for sticking with me here. If you have any more questions, please feel free to reach me at lgreen@mmm.edu, or you can book a virtual appointment with me on the website. Looking forward to seeing you all soon. Bye.